Welcome to this video. Today, we're going to look at how to use Amazon ads to sell books, starting from zero and moving toward your first sale. This video is for authors, self-publishers, and KDP entrepreneurs who have already published a book or are about to publish one, but don't want to simply hope that someone finds it by accident. The point is simple. Amazon is not just a platform where you upload a book. It is a commercial search engine. People enter Amazon with a clear intention: to search, compare, and buy. So, if you learn how to position your book in front of the right people at the right moment, you can turn Amazon ads into a powerful tool for generating visibility, clicks, and sales. In this video, we are not talking about abstract theory. We are talking about the real mechanism that moves a book from invisible to sellable. This video exists for one very simple reason. A great book that nobody sees will never be purchased. You can have a professional cover, valuable content, a strong title, a well-written description, but if the book does not receive traffic, it stays stuck. Many authors think the problem is always the book itself. Sometimes that is true, but very often the main problem is that the book is not being exposed enough to the right audience. Visibility comes before sales. First, someone has to see the book. Then they have to click. Then they have to reach the product page. Only after that can they decide to buy. Amazon ads solve the first major problem: putting your book in front of real potential buyers. Without visibility, you cannot even understand whether the product truly works. Imagine having the most beautiful shop window in the world, a perfect store, elegant, well-designed, full of outstanding products. Now imagine that this shop window is located on top of Mount Everest. Who is going to see it? Almost nobody. Maybe moss, lichens, and the occasional lost climber, but not real customers. This is exactly what happens to many books on Amazon. The book may be good, but it is positioned somewhere nobody notices it. Amazon is huge. There are thousands of books in every category. Every day, new competitors enter the market. If your book is hidden on the wrong page, too low in the search results, or far away from the products customers are already visiting, it does not matter how good it is. It will not be seen. And if it is not seen, it cannot sell. This is where Amazon ads come in. Amazon ads allow you to buy visibility directly inside Amazon. Not outside the platform, not on a social network where people are watching videos or scrolling content, but inside the marketplace where people are already searching for products. With Amazon ads, you can appear on the first page, rank in premium positions, show under competitors, and in some cases, even use more advanced formats such as sponsored video ads. This matters because it allows you to overcome one of the biggest problems at the beginning. Instead of waiting months and hoping Amazon organically starts ranking your book, you can start sending controlled traffic to your book page immediately. This does not mean ads solve everything, but it means they give you immediate access to data, traffic, and sales opportunities. Amazon ads are different because they target people with much stronger intent. When someone searches for a term on Amazon, they are not simply looking for entertainment. They are looking for something to evaluate, compare, and potentially buy. That changes everything. Someone searching for chair yoga for seniors, Series 65 exam prep, Mediterranean diet cookbook, or GED study guide is already showing a need. You do not have to convince them from zero that the problem exists. The problem is already in their mind. Amazon ads allow you to position yourself in front of that existing demand. So you are not chasing random attention. You are intercepting conscious demand. And that is exactly where Amazon advertising becomes extremely interesting for books. TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube can create visibility. They can help you build brand, authority, attention, and audience, but they are very different tools from Amazon ads. On social media, the user often is not actively searching for your book. They are watching content, distracting themselves, or passing time. You have to interrupt that flow and hope to capture their attention. On Amazon, the dynamic is completely different. The user is already inside a buying environment. They are searching for something, they are comparing options, they are reading reviews, they are evaluating prices. That is a massive difference. Social media creates attention. Amazon ads capture buyers. And when you are trying to sell books, especially in the beginning, that difference can determine whether your product stays stuck or finally starts moving. Many people think, if I go viral on TikTok, I don't need ads. The problem is that this is a weak and uncontrollable way to think. Of course, going viral can help. It can bring traffic, create awareness, and temporarily push sales. But it is not a stable strategy. You cannot build a KDP business on the hope that a video goes viral. You cannot control the TikTok algorithm. You cannot predict exactly when how, or how much traffic will arrive. And even if a piece of content does go viral, it still often makes sense to use Amazon ads. Because if the book starts getting attention, you want to control the keywords, protect your positioning, appear near competitors, and turn that interest into real sales. Virality can help, but ads remain a structural tool. Who can truly avoid Amazon ads? Realistically, almost nobody. Or better, the people who can avoid them are those who already have a huge audience, a strong personal brand, an active email list, a community ready to buy, or a consolidated organic distribution system. But if you are a normal author, a self-publisher, a small publisher, or a KDP entrepreneur, then you need to learn ads. You do not necessarily need to spend huge amounts, you do not need to be aggressive from day one, but you need to understand how they work. Because ads are not only used to sell, they are also used to test the market, understand which keywords respond, which competitor products convert, which messages attract clicks, and which books actually have potential. Amazon ads are not a luxury. They are an operational skill. For many KDP businesses, Amazon ads are the primary sales source. Not always the only one, but often the most controllable one. When you work with books on Amazon, there are several elements you can optimize: cover, title, subtitle, description, categories, keywords, price, reviews, and ads. Among these, ads are one of the most direct tools for generating traffic. You do not have to wait passively for Amazon to reward you. You can start bringing visitors to the product page, measure what happens, and make corrections. That is why ads are foundational. If they work well, they become a sales engine. If they do not work, they still give you valuable data to understand where the product is weak. For a serious KDP business, Amazon ads are not optional. They are part of the growth structure. Now let's get practical. Amazon ads work through an auction system, and CPC, which means cost per click. This means you create a campaign, choose your targets, decide how much you are willing to pay for a click, and Amazon shows your ad based on different factors: bid, relevance, competition, and expected performance. You are not simply paying to be seen. You are participating in an auction to obtain advertising positions in front of users who are already browsing or searching inside Amazon. The key concept is this: you are bidding for qualified visibility. Then, the market tells you whether that visibility is cheap, expensive, converts well, or does not convert. This is where the real work begins: testing, reading the data, and optimizing. CPC means cost per click. In practice, you only pay when someone clicks on your ad. This is very important because it gives you a higher level of control compared to other advertising models. You are not paying simply because your book is shown. You are not paying for generic impressions. You are paying when a person takes a specific action. They click and land on your book page. Of course, this does not mean every click will be profitable. A click may convert or may not convert. It may be cheap or too expensive. It may come from a very relevant keyword or from a weak target. But the model is powerful because it connects spending to real behavior. The question is not only how much am I spending? The real question is, am I paying for clicks that actually make sense? This model is powerful because it allows you to maintain control. You control the budget, so you decide how much you can spend each day. You control the bids, so you decide how much you are willing to pay for a click. You control the keywords, so you choose which searches you want your book to appear for. You control the product targets, so you decide under which competitors or similar books you want your book to appear. This is a massive strategic lever. You are not forced to throw money random. You can start conservatively, collect data, increase where you see results, and reduce where you are wasting budget. You decide how aggressive you want to be. If you are validating, you can be more cautious. If you already have positive data, you can scale. The point is that Amazon ads give you operational control over traffic. The core advantage is that you are not advertising randomly. You are not showing your book to completely cold people who may have no interest at all. You are placing your book in front of users who already have relevant behavior. You can appear in front of active buyers. You can show up on relevant searches. You can position yourself near competitor books. This means you can enter directly into the customer's decision-making process. If someone is looking for a book to solve a problem, prepare for an exam, improve a skill, or achieve a specific result, you can make your product appear at the exact moment when that person is closest to buying. This is not generic advertising. This is strategic positioning inside existing demand. And that is why, when done properly, it can be extremely powerful. What can you target with Amazon ads? At the foundation, two main things: keywords and products. Keywords are the words or phrases people search for on Amazon. For example, chair yoga for seniors, Series 65 exam prep, Mediterranean diet cookbook, or GED test prep. Products are specific books or ASINs. In this case, you can try to appear near competitors or inside related product pages. This is the foundation of Amazon ads. On one side, you intercept what people are searching for. On the other side, you intercept what people are already looking at. Keywords and products are two different ways to enter the same buying process. One starts from search, the other starts from comparison. Both can generate sales when used correctly. Keyword targeting allows you to position your book in front of people who are searching for specific terms. This is extremely useful because a keyword often reveals the user's intention. If someone searches for chair yoga for seniors, they are not searching for a vague concept. They are looking for something specific, probably a book, a guide, or a program for seniors related to chair yoga. That person already has a clear need. Your goal is to appear at that moment with a book that looks relevant, credible, and better than the alternatives. Keyword targeting also helps you understand which searches generate impressions, which bring clicks, and which convert into sales. So, it is not only a tool for selling, it is also a tool for reading the market. Keywords show you where real demand exists. Product targeting works differently. Instead of targeting a search term, you target specific products. For example, you can try to make your book appear under a competitor, inside a similar product page, or near other books in the same niche. This strategy is powerful because it uses traffic that already exists. If a competitor receives visits, reviews, and sales, that means demand exists. You can try to intercept part of that demand by positioning yourself next to them. Of course, your book still needs to be competitive. If your cover is weak, your price does not make sense, your reviews are missing, or your positioning is confusing, traffic will not be enough. But if the product is strong, product targeting can become a very interesting lever. It allows you to enter the buyer's comparison process. Amazon ads can convert well because we are not talking about cold traffic. Users are already inside Amazon. That means they trust the platform, they have an account, they know the buying process, and often they already have a card connected. On top of that, they are actively searching. They are not being interrupted while watching a video or scrolling a feed. They have typed a search, opened a category, or visited a product page, and most importantly, they are ready to buy. This does not guarantee they will buy your book, but it dramatically increases the quality of the traffic compared to colder channels. The difference is this. Outside Amazon, you often have to create the desire. Inside Amazon, the desire already exists. Your job is to position yourself correctly and prove that your book is the best choice. The big mindset shift is this. Stop asking only, how do I get views? Views alone are not enough. A view is not a sale. A like is not a sale. The smarter question is, how do I intercept demand? That is the real game. When you think in terms of demand, you start thinking like a real marketer. What problems is the customer trying to solve? What words do they use? Which competitors are they looking at? Which alternatives are they comparing? Where can I position my book at the exact moment when the user is closest to buying? Amazon ads are built for this. You do not need to chase generic attention. You need to intercept conscious demand and turn it into clicks, sales, and useful data. Do you want to launch your first Amazon ads campaigns correctly? Then the next step is to follow a guided process. Without improvising and without wasting budget on campaigns built randomly. Watch our complete step-by-step tutorial. We show you how to start immediately, how to set up your campaigns, and how to begin sending real traffic to your book the right way. Are you already running campaigns but not getting sales? Or are you getting sales but losing money and not understanding where to intervene? Then do not keep burning budget without a clear strategy. Book a call with one of our experts through the link in the description. We will analyze your situation, identify the main mistakes, and help you fix and optimize your Amazon ads campaigns.